Ebi Japanese style shrimp and to a big deal, but this big deal is only here until the end of the day. This is the sirloin steak. They are 6 ounces apiece, juicy, tender, flavorful, and oh so versatile. You can do the world with a sirloin steak. It was the very first item that Ray Rastelli brought to us 9 years ago, and now we have it at big deal pricing. You're not only going to get the sirloin steaks, you're also getting Himalayan sea salt. So Chris Menser is here with me, but let me share with you exactly what the offer is. Hi, my dear. I'll be with you in a second. 2, 4, 6, 8. And 8 count of them for 5 easy payments of $16. Our recommendation always is take advantage of a buy more and save. We didn't double the price, so it's not $160. We're under $140. We're saving you $20 when you get the 16 count home, and that makes it $8.74. I'm going to stand there for a second for a 6 ounce Black Angus, aged 28 days sirloin steak. Think about that. If you went into a steakhouse, because that's what you're doing here, because it's aged like a steakhouse, it's Black Angus like they do at a steakhouse, no way, no how would that steak be $8.74. It is here. We've got a now and a February 10th ship date, and then there's auto delivery, which is every 60 days. So Chris Menser, you're part of the Rastelli family and have been for 25 years. I love that you're bringing us this sirloin steak. Talk to us about, as I mentioned, it's the first piece that Ray brought to us, right?
It really is. And
9 years ago.
9 years ago, and it was because it was something special. It's Black Angus. It's coming from local farms that we've been dealing with in the Midwest for over 48 years now.
Delicious.
Delicious.
Juicy, tender, flavorful, and takes on any flavor, right? Any seasoning. And by the way, it comes with that pink Himalayan sea salt, which is so nice.
It does. And it's special because it is a Black Angus. And the Black Angus is a cattle that is like a creme de la creme of all cattle. It has the most marbling than any beef, and that's why it's so sought after, just like that premium pork, right?
Right.
So it's fork tender. It literally is just absolutely melts in your mouth. It has that buttery flavor. When we get it, what we do is we continue to age this, right? This gets aged actually for 28 days.
Right.
What that actually does, it actually has those enzymes mixed with the meat, and it actually makes it tender, naturally tender. So if you had a sirloin at a restaurant that was tough, I can guarantee you it most likely wasn't Black Angus, and it most likely wasn't aged for 28 days. And the other thing, Rachel, that you can see here, and I just want to show, I'm going to cut this in half again. Okay. This is 6 ounces. We clean this from end to end, right?
It's they're always hand trimmed.
They're hand trimmed. Every single one is touched by our butcher, right, to make sure all the fat, all the gristle, everything is off. Look how beautiful this steak is. And the one thing you mentioned, I think the last time we did this, Rachel, is about some people may not like it medium rare, right? Some people might want
I'm a medium, maybe a little more medium.
Okay, so here's one a little bit. Here's one a little bit on the medium side, right? So this one is a little bit more done. I just wanted to show because
you want to show that it's still juicy.
It's still juicy.
Super juicy.
Look how juicy this is. And I want you to taste this one, Rachel, because this one is going to eat just as delicious as the medium or medium rare steak would be, right?
And just as tender.
Just as tender.
Let me give you a this just in moment because I got to let you know that they are individually blast frozen. I'm going to come back for that bite. Hold that bite, my name on it. They're individually blast frozen, and the Rastelli family does this for us because we know that different households, maybe you just want to take them out one at a time. I love it. I appreciate it. By the way, right now, the 16 count is very popular, and we have fewer than how many to go around, Chance? The now option in the 16 count, we have 600 to go around. That's it. 600 to go around because I think you're all realizing $8.74 for a 6 ounce hand-trimmed Black Angus, aged 28 days steak, which is what you would find in your local steakhouse, as in Black Angus, hand-trimmed, aged. But it wouldn't be this price tag, no way, no how. So if you are still grilling, if you happen to be, cooking inside on a, cast iron skillet, which is my favorite, one of my favorite ways to make this, this is the way to do it. And you're thinking, I got to be ready, and I've got to have people over for the game, and this is what I want to use, because you're going to do it in fajitas. Let's show over here for a second. That bite still has my name on it, P.S.
It does.
So over here, maybe you're making a platter. Oh, I love that. With just like some big, huge potatoes, the Ebi Japanese shrimp, the mini that we just showed. I love this. This is what you order at the steakhouse. But the mashed potatoes are a la carte. They'd call them like cream potatoes, right? The asparagus is a la carte. So this meal, if you were getting at a steakhouse, The steak alone, right? So that's $50, and then it's $12 and $14 for the side, right? So like add that up. That's what you're making for your family. This price is here, this easy pay is here, but only till the end of the day. And then the salad with the big iceberg lettuce wedge. Oh, that's $27, or actually $36 if you're buying in New York. Guessing, because actually I think it's more than that, because Alberti and I went to get some food at a steakhouse in New York, and our eyes almost popped out of our head. Okay, I'm going to get the bite that had my name on it that I'm waiting on, which is a medium well, because you wanted to see whether or not it was still juicy.
Yes. And it's going to be the same.
And 1,000% it's still juicy. And I'm a carnivore, so let me just be clear on that. I probably should have said that at the beginning of the Today's Special Value. I love pork, I love steaks, and I love, again, like Beatrice who called in, she was just like, I love Rastelli, meats and chops and products, because the quality and the flavor is unlike anything I can get from my local grocery store. Which brings me to, tell us how this is different from what I'm getting, or what we're all kind of possibly getting at our local grocery store.
Well, I always talk about that because you probably won't recognize this. When you go to your grocery store and you get a sirloin, it's covered in fat. It doesn't look like this. We have completely cleaned this. It's been aged for 28 days, and you get this beautiful marbling. But we call this the everything steak, right? Because you can do so many things. Anything that you do at home with beef, you can do with this steak.
You can pound it out.
Pound it out like brajol.
Yep.
Cube it, right? Stews and skewers.
Skewers,
right?
a kebab, my friends.
Cheesesteak, sauteed with onions, right from raw.
Fajita,
right?
Fajita.
And then you have your strips, right? You have all your strips for your fajitas, right?
Okay.
So it has, you can do 10, 12, 15 different things with this. So we always have this in the freezer. Ray and I always talk about having this in the freezer.
And again, so how is that different from what I'm buying at the local butcher in the grocery store?
At the local butcher.
Are they aging their steak?
They are not aging their steak. First of all, it's probably not black Angus.
Oh,
Secondly,
right, okay.
It's not going to be aged for 28 days. Third, it's not going to be trimmed from end to end. And fourth, you don't know where it's coming from. Our beef is coming from our farmers that we've been dealing for 48 years. But the big game's coming up, Rach.
It is.
Right? So how about something a little,
big gamey.
Exactly, right?
Exactly.
Big
gamey,
gamey, right?
Big game requires big game food.
And your team might not be in it. Our team might be in it.
Our team is in it.
But look how, this is one steak. One steak is going to make two real cheesesteaks, not like these, chopped cheesesteaks, right?
Right.
How about the whiz? Because that's what we do in Philly, right?
Yep,
so
absolutely.
Look how beautiful this is. And one
that's
steak,
nice.
one steak can make 2 to 3 of these.
If you're not hungry right now looking at this, I don't know what's happening. Because P.S., I love food. So I do Gourmet Holiday. But this is like sit down with your friends. You've got your favorite beverage. Maybe it's your Roar or Poppy. And then you've got these beautiful cheesesteak sandwiches. You made them on the grill, or you made them in a skillet. And steak is just like, delicious all the time, every day. And whenever you have steak, it feels like something that just got a little special. Like Tuesday just got a little, exclamation point. Oh, it's Tuesday, we're having some steak.
Yeah.
Wednesday just got a little fancy. Oh, it's Wednesday, we're having some steak. And that's what this price is. This price makes steak, fancy steak, accessible for all those other days. So not just celebration, but if you want to make your little, I love like a bruschetta with a little, like an amuse-bouche almost, with a little steak on top of it, you can do that.
And then you hit it a little bit here.
And hit it with some balsamic glaze, and you have all of a sudden become so 5-star chefy. And 133479 is your item number. This is a big deal. This price goes up. This easy pay goes away at the end of the day. And if you get the 8 count, it's $9. Excuse me, am I looking at the right one? If you get the 8 count, it's $9.99. So under 10 bucks. But if you double the count and get the 16 count, it's $8.74 a steak when you double the count. You get the 16 count, you've saved $19 and change, almost 20 bucks. You let us know, do you want to now or February 10th? 200 orders have been placed on this. And I agree with you because, if you're somebody, do you like to grill? Yes. Do you like to use your cast iron skillet? Yes. Do you want to just put it in the oven? You can do that as well, right? So here's the story. Individually blast frozen and vacuum sealed, coming with the pink Himalayan sea salt. Please say what you're going to say.
1 year in the freezer.
Excellent.
Himalayan pink, we use the pink Himalayan because it has that coarse, grainy crunch to it. It gives some texture.
Nice.
And it actually seals in the juices. So when you're actually cooking this, you season it on both sides from thawed, right?
Yep.
And then it's going to seal those juices in, and that steak is going to be just as beautiful as every one that we've cut here. And you're going to eat from end to end because it's perfectly trimmed. Look at this.
Yes, you are.
It's just perfectly trimmed on every steak.
They're trimmed, they're juicy, they're flavorful. You're not eating fat and chewing, and going, I don't know what I just ran into. Chance, you wanted to give me an update. There is a now shipment or a February 10th. In the 16 count, we have 500 to go around. So you're choosing 8 or 16. The 8 count is going to be $16 on that Easy Pay. The 16 count is $28. And you're getting this home, as we said, individually blast frozen and vacuum sealed. I have raised steaks like tucked into the edges of my freezer, just so that I can have one available whenever I want to. And 133479 is your item number. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate you. That's a big deal. The price